Hello servers and welcome, thank you for tuning in and it's great to have you here. Even though it might be getting on some people's nerves by now, the wash bucket from Dr. Glossy at JP Performance still concerns us, not necessarily the wash bucket itself, but personally I am especially interested in the way some people react to this bucket in the comments. And one comment that has been heard, read and seen very frequently under our videos, under videos from others, and also under the video from JP itself was that it was too expensive, a rip-off and such things, along with a few more comments. However, I do not want to address those in this video. If you are interested in my opinion about the bucket itself, quality, performance, application and so on, then I have made a detailed video about it. If you haven't seen it yet, I will link it up there in the corner so you can take another look. This video addresses comments like too expensive, rip-off and so on. I wondered, is it really like that? Is this thing too expensive? And we are not going to focus too much in this video on the fact that, in my opinion, this is a high-quality plastic, that it is highly transparent, that it is made in Germany, and so on. So not really focusing on the arguments of the bucket itself, but rather on the question of what else can I get for the same or less money, and what else is available on the market. Because some comments, which really surprised me, stated that people said, it is too expensive, as you can get other car care products for the same money, or for much less money, that work just as well or better. That surprised me because I will share my personal opinion with you at the end here. This video aims to approach the question objectively and factually. Is it too expensive here, when compared to products that are otherwise available on the market? The fact is that the wash bucket, as it stands here, meaning the whole set around it, costs $50. If you were to remove everything here and only consider the bucket itself, without the lid, without the dirt trap, without the stand that is inside, without the handle and so on, then I believe it costs around 25 to 30 euro. $20, something like that. So these are the prices we are discussing here. The entire set, which includes the bucket, 4 different chemicals, a wash mitt, I believe a glass cloth, and I think a drying towel, along with the wheel brush, is normally priced around 150 euro. However, you can buy the set for 120 to 125 euro. This is what we are talking about in this video. These are the prices we are dealing with. 2001, and what I have done now is look at what I get from other brands or from other car care brands. So we are staying in the area of car care products for more or less money. What I will not do is compare it with an Obi bucket. Anyone who seriously compares an Obi bucket with a dedicated car care bucket, if we put it kindly, does not really understand car care as we promote and engage with it on this channel. If one is being harsh, one might say that he has lost control over his life. You can decide for yourselves how you want to express it. Well, what I did as a first step is that I simply thought about what price would come about if I tried to put together the whole set, which is available from JP Performance for $125, with other products from different manufacturers and brands. I have tried to represent the same as closely as possible, and that's why we will take a look at it together now. I have all the items here. Let's start with the chemicals. And I told myself that we know, more or less, what we are doing. JP did not say it literally, but the statement was that the chemicals sold by JP Performance are from the market leader in Germany, 2001. I personally believe that it is Sonax. I am not 100% sure, I am 99% sure. Let's stick with Sonax, and I will either buy or put together Sonax products for this set. Sonax Car Shampoo, the first product in this 2L bottle. We will talk about whether these are different fill quantities shortly. I have chosen the Sonax Glass Star. It is a 750 ml bottle. Then I would personally choose the Sonax Wheel Beast in the liter bottle. And I would use the Sonax Insect Star as a pre-cleaner. I don't know if it's exactly the same as a pre-cleaner. If you are somewhat familiar with and engaged in car care, you know that insect removers and pre-cleaners are not that far apart in terms of ingredients and chemistry. And Sonax simply does not have a ready-to-use pre-cleaner mixed in their product range. One would have to use something like the Multistar or the pre-wash alkaline from the professional line and dilute it, but I didn't want to go that far in this first step. That's why the Insekten Star. And then of course we also need a wash bucket. What I have thought about is the following. I will take a gallon bucket. This is not a gallon bucket, it's just a 10-liter bucket. So I calculated with a gallon bucket that would be the same height, so it can also hold 20 liters. I also added a lid. The gallon bucket costs about €15 and the lid costs about €13. I'm looking at all of this. I wrote everything down so that I don't say anything foolish. I have included this dirt trap here because we believe it is currently the best one. Of course, I could also add another dirt trap to say that we want to be closer to the set from JP Performance, and we have that included. This means that a classic grid guard would be a better comparison. I just don't want to find myself in a situation where I show you the grid guard as an alternative when this is available. A grid guard and also this dirt trap here are simply not that good. That's a fact. I believe we have already shown you this in several videos. So we have this bucket here with the lid and with the dirt trap. And then I will add this here. This is a back organizer. Then you can clip it on the side here. And at least I have a place to put things. This is of course not the same storage option as I have in here, but at least I have one. And there you can, for example. Let's put in a wheel brush. Speaking of accessories, you can see that I have chosen the Chemical Works wheel brush here. From our perspective, it is currently the best option. The price is approximately $70. The bucket is approximately around $22. Then I added a Chemical Works waffle towel for $3.90, and I added a Chemical Works 1400 GSM drying towel for €15, and also a Chemical Works thumb. This is not the thumb version. This is the variant without the thumb for $12, and that is everything. And that brings us to a total price of $158 at the MSRP. And if we now subtract our community discount, 10% at Waschguru, I come to $122. And I think the deduction is also okay because there is a total price for the set and then a discount. Therefore, we are indeed comparing apples to apples here. The first thing that stands out to us here is, I'll set this aside again, that when we assemble the set like this, we have larger filling volumes. With the shampoo, we have 2 liters, but at JP Performance, I only get half a liter. The dosage recommendation of 50 ml per 10 liters of water is the same. For the Glass Star, I have 750 ml. For the Insect Star, I also have 750 ml. And for the Wheel Beast, I have 1 liter. So I now have a larger volume for just the same price. I don't really want to evaluate that, to be honest, because there are other factors that play a role in pricing. And the half-liter bottles from JP Performance fit in here as well. These bottles would not fit in there. Yes. These bottles would certainly fit into a normal bucket. 2001. And if it were higher now, then everything could be wonderfully stored here, the lid screwed on, and then you could transport it just like that to the self-service box. But it must be clearly stated that what we do not have here is, first of all, this highly transparent bucket in that quality. To my knowledge, this is currently only available at Dr. Glossy. And of course, we don't have this cool feature where we can use the insert, where we can place the bottles as a stand to make the bucket higher, which allows us to wash our car in a more back-friendly way. We don't have that included in this set. However, we do have a larger volume of chemicals. I would weigh this 1-to-1 now because you can also get the regular bucket and you can get a small stool from IKEA to place it higher. I'm not saying that it's absolutely the same and that it's equivalent, but then one could spend the extra $5. The important thing is the following. If you stay within the field of car care and look for comparable products, you will arrive at approximately the same price. And I believe you can already see that the statement that this is too expensive or a rip-off is a bit far-fetched. What I have also done is I told myself I will put the same set together again. The bucket, the dirt trap, the lid, and all the microfiber accessories are the same. I'll leave that aside, but I will really make an apples-to-apples comparison and only include products with a filling quantity of 500 ml from the chemicals. I decided to go for the Sonax Wheel Beast, which is currently available in the special edition 500 ml for $9. Once for the Nuke Guys see-through glass cleaner, $8 for 500 ml. The Liquid Elements Fly Away Insect Remover, $8 for 500 ml. And the Sonax Shine Shampoo Concentrate, $6 for 500 ml. And before anyone starts saying that we are comparing apples to oranges here, no, we are not. All of these products come from German manufacturers. There are also safety data sheets available for all of these products. What I don't know off the top of my head, and what I haven't looked into, is whether all these products also have as few warning symbols as the JP products do, because that is quite a cool circumstance. But now we have really compared apples to apples. 500 ml capacity from German manufacturers' safety data sheets. Performance is just as good. So, we now have a direct comparison here. And if I take the set again and put it together, I arrive at a total price of 103 and 144 euro. With the deduction of the community discount of 10%, I arrive at 110. And yes, that's where I am now. What are 10 euro? 15 cheaper than the JP set, but still with the condition that I don't have a highly transparent bucket and that I don't have this elevation here. And that's why I still believe that the set from JP Performance is not too expensive. I stand by the fact that when we really compare it with products that are equivalent and just as good, it is not too expensive. JP does not want to reach too deeply into your pockets. That is what I mean by that. And then I did one more thing. I thought, well, now I have put together a set where I said I would try to imitate this. Now, what if I were to put together or recommend a set that, in my opinion, might even work a little better? I would do it as follows. I would like to show you 2 buckets. Now I need to briefly cover the JP bucket. I'm sorry. I would give you 2 gallon buckets for the 2-bucket wash method. If you don't know what the 2-bucket wash method is, I will link a video for you up here. You can watch it at your leisure. So, I have 2 buckets, and I have this dirt trap inside one of these buckets. Additionally, something really cool, namely this here, just the half. I have now chosen only the 180-degree variant for this set and not the 360-degree variant. What this is an attachment for the dirt trap, so that I can wipe my wash mitt on the side here and I don't have to bend all the way down to the bucket, which also means an ergonomic advantage. I have that in there. I also have a lid in there again. To be honest, I was conflicted about whether to include the lid because I have the option to get water from the self-service box and pour it into the buckets. However, I know that many of you do not have this option. That's why I said, okay, I'll keep the lid in the set. I made a few changes to the microfiber items. Specifically, I added 2 microfiber wash mitts. Why? It's about maximum safety when washing. We have already discussed the 2-bucket washing method and 2 wash mitts. That means I use 1 glove for the upper areas of the car and then switch to a glove for the lower areas. This gives me a bit more security. 2 wash mitts. The same topic applies to the drying towels. I have provided you with the same microfiber cloth, and it is the same size as the one from JP Performance. I have also included a smaller 40 x 40 centimeter cloth in the set because, in my opinion, having 2 cloths is simply more effective. And these small cloths are, for example, great to dry the door entry areas again. That's why 2 microfiber cloths, in my opinion. And experience, a glass cloth alone is not sufficient to clean the car windows streak-free. One should always use 2 cloths. If you are not familiar with this principle yet, I will link it up there in the video so you can take another look at it. So, I have a package or a small parcel where I have 3 waffle towels inside. And for the wheel brush, I stuck with that one. It's the same. These are the materials that I have included in the set. So what have I done? I have 2 buckets, I have added a more comfortable dirt trap, and most importantly, I have packed more microfiber materials. As for the chemicals, I have done the following. I said that when it comes to wheel cleaners, I stick with the Sonax Wheel Beast. The Sonax Wheel Beast is currently one of the best wheel cleaners on the market, especially when I consider the price-performance ratio. There are a few wheel cleaners that can compete in terms of performance, also regarding material compatibility, for example, but they cost more money. That's why I'll keep the Wheel Beast in for the 16. For the glass cleaner, I chose one that, in my opinion, receives far too little attention for how well it works and for how little money we pay. The Liquid Elements Q1L costs $8.90. That is incredibly cheap when compared to other glass cleaners for car care. Yes, a frog glass cleaner is a bit cheaper, which is a topic in itself, but let's just say that I have included the Liquid Elements CU here, 2001. Then for the car shampoo and for the pre-cleaner, I did something different. And I have added 2 concentrates to it. With the shampoo, it is also a concentrate at JP. But now comes the crucial difference. This bottle here with a 1 liter capacity, so we already have double the amount, costs $10.90 at the regular price. That means the same price, double the amount. That would already be cool in itself. But the party trick here is that according to the manufacturer, as stated here, I only need 10 ml of shampoo in a 10L wash bucket. 10 ml compared to 50 ml in the Sonax and Dr. Glossy shampoo. That is 1/5 of the amount. That's already pretty cool. This means we can use the shampoo for much longer. We have the same topic here with the Labor Cosmetica Primus. This is a pre-cleaner 2001 that you can use in the foam cannon, in the foam sprayer, in the pump sprayer, and in the spray bottle. You need to dilute it with water accordingly, but you can also dilute it down so that you can enjoy it for much longer. The dosage recommendations depend on how dirty your car is or what you want to clean. For wheel cleaning, it's 1 to 3 to 1 to 10. For the pre-cleaning, a dilution of 1 to 20 to 1 to 100. So you see, this is extremely concentrated. You can mix it accordingly. To be fair, I told myself that we still need to have something here to spray it. So I will also take a spray bottle, an empty one, so that we can mix it and also use it. So that you understand what I have done here and what it means. I will now tell you what the total price of this entire set is. 206.62. Yes, that is more money than the JP set costs. That is definitely the case. With the 10% discount, we arrive at €185. We are still more expensive. But now comes the crucial point. With the products from JP, performance except for the shampoo, they are not concentrates. This means I use them as they come in the bottles. They all cost $9.90. And I'm assuming that we need approximately about 50 ml of product per application. To be honest, with the glass cleaner, I think that's probably a bit too much. With the shampoo, it's exactly the amount that JP specifies. Unless you fill the bucket up to 20 liters, then you need double the amount. When it comes to the pre-cleaner, it really depends on whether you spray the whole car or just, as I would recommend, the lower areas, maybe also the front. Then I think 50 ml is sufficient. For the wheel cleaner, I personally believe you need more, so it's a mixed calculation. We need 50 ml per application. This means we get 10 applications from the bottles of JP. Performance. This is the quantity. That means one application, when multiplied by the prices, costs us rounded up to $4. $3.96 costs us one application with the products from JP Performance. If I take the products that I have put together for you now and calculate the same, that you can get 100 applications from this shampoo here, and that you can get 2,800 applications from this bottle here. That is the power, and that is the magic of concentrates. And that the same assumption applies for the glass cleaner and the wheel cleaner, with a consumption of 50 ml per application. However, we have liter bottles that allow us to get 20 applications from the respective prices. Then I end up with the price per application for the chemicals at $130. That is already significantly lower. And that simply means the following. We have a price difference per application of approximately 2.65. If we now take the difference in the prices of the chemicals at JP Performance, we are at $40. And for the chemicals in my set, we are at $52 or $53, which gives us a difference of $13 that we are paying extra here. However, if we consider that we pay less per use, it balances out after exactly 5 washes. And starting from the 6th wash, you will find it cheaper here. This means that the price difference of the set, as I have put it together for you, will quickly balance out because you simply need these products. Attention, yes, JP sells the products from Dr. Glossy in a 3-liter canister as well, which makes them cheaper, but the products here are also available in bulk. This means we would be back to approximately the same difference. And that was, I believe, in contrast to simply going and posting an absolutely stupid and misguided comment and a video where one says it's too expensive or a rip-off. That was an objective and factual examination of the matter, where one considers what I get and what I get from other manufacturers. My personal opinion is that we leave the chemistry out of it. The bucket here is too cheap. When I consider what I get here, when I think about what had to be invested to produce it, and when I realize that it is currently unique on the market, that I have a highly transparent bucket, that I have a stand included, and that I get everything from a single source. Made in Germany. So I am now absolutely open and honest. I wouldn't have sold it for $50, I would have sold it for $99, and I would still believe that this is a good price. In 2021, the bucket is not too expensive. And anyone who claims otherwise, I don't know what the reason is for making that claim, whether it's envy, jealousy, or simply a bit of ignorance or naivety, that they don't take just 5 to 10 minutes to sit down and calculate everything. From that perspective, I have shared my opinion with you. It is too cheap, even the other items. Again, one must say that yes, of course, one could come to the conclusion that the products are from Sonax, and I could simply buy the Sonax products for less money. However, one must also consider the reality. If you make and produce your own bottles and sell them, as JP has done, you cannot reach the same prices as Sonax, which produces these bottles in a significantly larger quantity. Even if the formulations of the ingredients were the same as those of Sonax, JP has different colors and different fragrances in their products. And that in turn means that the products also need their own safety data sheets. Having a safety data sheet created costs several €1,000. And all of this has to be taken into account when making such nonsensical comments. 2001, it's too expensive, it's a rip-off. Again, it is of course a mixed calculation that a glass cleaner costs $9.90 at GP and a wheel cleaner also costs $9.90. You can turn it and twist it however you like. Claiming that the products from Dr. Glossy are a rip-off or too expensive is, in my view, simply not correct in terms of content and fact. They are not. When you compare it to what else is available in the car care market, you have to say that the prices are absolutely fair, they are reasonable, they are not inflated, there is no influencer bonus included, and no one is being ripped off. The prices are reasonable. Yes, in any market, if you look closely, you will find something that is cheaper. And especially when you get such highly concentrated products, you will find a way to get a better deal somewhere. But that's the case in every area. 1,000, I stand by it, the products from JP are not too expensive. Attention, the opposite is just as nonsense, because I have also seen statements that the products from JP performance are much cheaper than everything else available on the market. And that statement is absolute nonsense as well. And you would also notice that if you take 5 minutes to sit down and browse through the car care shops a bit, so the opposite is also not true. And on the other hand, one cannot say that the products from JP Performance are extremely cheap. That is also not true. If you found the video helpful, insightful, exciting, and interesting, I would be very happy if you could give us a thumbs up, and feel free to support the channel with a free subscription and tune in for the next video. Cheers!